All right, I've listened to different submissions from some set of people that seem to be bitter, angry, and upset that Verydarkblackman was invited to the NBA conference themed Beyond Limit to come and speak as a panelist in a topic called Unknown Gunmen. So a lot of people have dropped their submission and a lot of them are pointless. But then again, I listened to Femi Falana. When I listened to Femi Falana, I'm not going to lie to you, I was so disappointed in the great Femi Falana. I was really disappointed. But then again, after he spoke, I understood why a lot of them were upset. Femi Falana gave me the answer as to why a lot of this set of people seem to be very upset. This set of lawyers, this set of elites, this set of noble people, as they claim. I understand why they are so upset. And I'll play what Femi Falana said.
Caused a bit of controversy. I do know that lawyers were divided over whether or not social media activist VDM ought to have been invited as well. What did you make of that?
In those days, the NBA brought individuals who had paid their dues, who were coming to engage lawyers intellectually. We wanted to learn from them, and so the NBA was not our conferences were not. None of our conference was a circle show in the past. So if you are bringing in an expert to discuss the security of the country, either from the private or public sector, such an individual must have contributed to the security architecture of the country. But when you bring people who have nothing to do with the security of the country, there are problems. It's like talking about media freedom, press freedom. You are going to bring practitioners in that field, either in the academics or in the newsroom. But to just go and bring somebody from nowhere to come and entertain you, there are problems with that. And I think that was the problems associated with that particular lecturer, individual.
Well, I'm sure that I do not.
So after Femi Falana gave his own submission, he said something. He said, but you just go and bring somebody from nowhere.
So now we have known the reason. Some people are very angry because Verydarkblackman went for that NBA conference. It's not as if what Verydarkblackman said is bad. It's not as if what Verydarkblackman said is not correct. But just because where Verydarkblackman came from matters to them. Verydarkblackman is supposed to be a son of a past governor or a past president or a retired general in this country before Verydarkblackman can speak, and now people will now listen to him. The same problem, somebody said before now that the only person that can rule this country and this country will be fixed will be Igbo man. But due to the fact that Igbo people always like to dominate, that he will not like Igbo man to be in power.
And that is the problem. Their problem is that the son of a nobody was invited. That is just simply what has been going on the media. And Femi Falana just made it clear to me. You just go and bring somebody from nowhere. Who know him? Who is his father? Who knows his family? Where's his family name? Like, who are they? What do they have? What business do they have? What empire do they have? The problem these people have is that the son of a nobody was invited to come and speak where elites are seated, where no names are seated. Who is this person? Who is this son of a poor man? Who is this son of a nobody that wants to feel like a somebody? Who invited him in our midst? Who is this nobody? This has been the problem. Classism. These are a bunch of classists. All of them, I listened to what they have said. I listened to their summation. Why would they invite Verydarkblackman? Why would they invite Verydarkblackman? Somebody like Verydarkblackman. Who is Verydarkblackman that was invited? Why would they? I listened to a lot of them. None of them could make any sense to me. Until he spoke, then I understood what it was. The son of a nobody was invited to their conference, and that is the problem. Then they go and max it up with this talk of, oh, you would have invited a security expert. What security expert are you talking about? Security expert that advised them that when they arrest Boko Haram that have killed millions, they should rehabilitate them and send them back to the society? Is that the security expert we are talking about? Which nonsense security expert are we talking about here? You're maxing your hypocrisy, your classism self in is not an expert of security. What expert are we talking about? I'm going to ask the great Femi Falana and the likes of him that believe, that think this way, a question. Lately, in the last few years, I have been present where all these things have happened. I have seen things that a lot of security experts have not seen. This is not about book. It's not about book. It's about experience. And when you want to talk about security, security is for everybody. Security is not for some set of people. And this has been the problem. Because you people feel you are too good. You know better about security than everybody else. The kind of things when I don't see, a lot of them I never see for this country when it comes to come to waiting this unknown or no gunmen don't do people. But of course, you people don't care. Because now the poor masses now in the suffer. How would you care? How would you care? What took me there, I made it known because I know saying what poor people they go through. I spoke up what the poor people are going through. And because this government cannot do anything, I spoke in the presence of these people where they could hear it properly. I spoke on behalf of the poor masses. I spoke on behalf of the poor people. I spoke on behalf of the people that don't have a voice. But yet you people are not happy because the son of nobody was seen in your midst. I'm now talking about law. This bunch of clowns are telling me that law is a noble profession. Well, lately, law has not been a noble profession. I'm sorry to say. I'm not even sorry to say. It is what it is. Lately, when people want justice, who do they call? They call Verydarkblackman. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed to be a lawyer in this country? That people don't longer believe in the justice system of this country. They believe in Verydarkblackman type of justice. Are you not ashamed? And you have the audacity to say law is a noble profession. A noble profession that rich men are buying judgment every day. That the poor don't believe that they can get justice in the court. What is noble about that? When people can pay for judgment, what is noble about that? Have you forgotten the meaning of noble? You come here and talk. Most of the lawyers that were talking on Twitter and these so-called lawyers that have been bringing up their submission, I have won more cases and giving people justice.
So this is for you to know that the problem is not because Verydarkblackman lied. The problem is that Verydarkblackman is son of nobody who knows his father. That is the problem. Verydarkblackman has gone to different locations where this insecurity happened. Verydarkblackman risked his life, went to those places.
More cases and giving people justice more than most of you put together. Should I start telling you how much I've recovered? You come online and you talk. I'm just looking at them. I was trying to make sense until Femi Falana spoke. What have you people stood up for in this country? So these so-called lawyers that are talking, what have you stood up for in Nigeria? What have you stood up for? You don't talk anything before we make any sense. We're going to bring change for this country. At least I can trace what I have done. I said judges, they don't kidnap judges. How many of them don't talk? But now you feel like, oh, law is a noble profession. Somebody like Verydarkblackman should not come and talk. But Verydarkblackman, people tag him every day for justice. The justice system of this country have crumbled.
Verydarkblackman also help people to recover their lands, even when they have gone to court several times and the justice was denied. They have gone to court. That is where the justice of a common man is granted, but in Nigeria is not granted. These people have gone to court, they continue to adjourn the case, Once Verydarkblackman came in, now the law started functioning. And you are now trying to tell me that Verydarkblackman is not supposed to come to this NBA conference meeting. So are you now trying to tell me that Verydarkblackman is not supposed to come and say something about some the corruptions. I think Verydarkman is supposed to say something about the law itself in Nigeria. Is it because Verydarkman just focused on the military, the police, and the civil defense, custom, immigration, and other people? He also supposed to say something about the law in Nigeria, because so many people are in awaiting trial. So many people are serving the terms that they don't even know anything about. They are serving prison terms that they don't know anything about. So many people have been jailed wrongly. So, and you are trying to tell me that Verydarkman is not supposed to come there. I don't even know how we reason in this country. Somebody also said before now that the person who can fix this country is an Igbo man. Then he was asked, are you going to support an Igbo man to be the president of this country? He said no, because Igbo man always like to dominate. That he will never allow Igbo man to rule this country. That he cannot vote Igbo man. But you say that the only person that can fix the suffering and that I and you are going through in this country is an Igbo man. But you said you cannot vote an Igbo man. It's not as if Igbo man has done something to you directly, but because of what we heard. The same thing is going on in the life of Verydarkman today. So many people don't like Verydarkman because of what they heard from somewhere. Verydarkman has not done anything wrong to them, but because of what they heard from somewhere, they now transfer the whole thing to Verydarkman, claiming that Verydarkman is a bad person. Verydarkman is, how are they even putting all those rubbish? Now, because Verydarkman is son of nowhere, nobody. So it is very obvious. It is obvious that the problem we have in this country is classism. If you don't belong to this class, you cannot come near that place. Whether that person is saying the truth or not, that person should not be heard. His own doesn't matter. That's the problem. That's the problem. So it is obvious. It is obvious that this is the main problem. Not even because of any other thing, but because Verydarkman is the son of nobody. So Verydarkman's parents are not in government. Verydarkman is not a son of a former president. Verydarkman is not a son of a former governor. Verydarkman is not a son of a former senator. Verydarkman is not a son of a military general. So that is where the problem comes from. Nigerians are seeing everything. One love.